I think what it allows us to do is to bring clients together from across different markets around the world to share best practice, to share ideas of what's worked, what hasn't worked, and for us also to hear firsthand from those clients as to how we should be adapting to meet their measurement needs. You can't get a consensus until you have a dialogue. And I think we've done a good job over the last 3 days of facilitating some of that dialogue.
One of the things that we've really tried to do is explore many of the issues and challenges coming out of a very disrupted communications planning landscape, but do so very much with the consumer in mind.
Most summits that I attend usually have a very homogeneous set of people, and they're all looking forward to the same kind of stuff. Whereas here I found that there is so much more diversity in the audiences and in the expectation from the summit itself.
Data is a foundational part of our strategy. One thing that we're not yet good at is explaining what happened after a person saw the ad.
Clearly, there are channels that are not, or screens that are not measured as effectively. The measurement has not moved with technological change.
I'll use the analogy Metin actually used. He says, sometimes we feel like we are in a dark forest holding hands and not knowing what to do, where to go.
We've seen now digital players kind of moving into the TV market. Slowly but surely, those guys are now starting to adopt more and more the linear perspective, and that's why we think it's very important. It'll continue to be very important.
Integration is really important for our clients. Our clients want offerings that are simplified and integrated. And you see that, whatever industry you're talking about, I think that is a big trend that's becoming more and more important.
What I think you learn is the diversity of the issues, diversity of how different countries are handling some of these issues.
We never get enough time to come to these things, but you have to. I think it's brilliant to step out of your day-to-day and realize that everyone's got the same challenges, everyone's got the same questions. And I think it forces us to actually go, what you are doing is similar to what I'm doing, but if we start adding that together, we might get to a destination quicker. And there's always something that you find inspirational that you go, that's what I'm going to do when I get back home tomorrow.
YouTube, for example, represents the full spectrum of content that is indistinguishable from television.
Because we're somewhere between digital and television in that we drive audiences, but we also have all the granularity and the addressability and the targetability of digital, but we also know how important it is to be a part of the third-party validated environment of measurement.
What we've seen over the last few years is the growing momentum around the methods that we know will deliver audience measurement for the future.
Perhaps a key takeaway from the session I think that we've had is that we see that dialogue starting between the different stakeholders within the ecosystem around creating a much more joined up approach to cross-media audience measurement.
So it's not just a research summit, but it's an audience summit about audiences.